Alrighty, what is up guys? Evan Aldo here. So I wanted to give you kind of a nice update for Bitcoin and Ethereum here and what I think is going to happen. So I want to take you back to start off this video. I want to take you back to kind of 2014 with Bitcoin, which was a long time ago, but it's looking the most like 2014. This bear market is looking the most like the 2014 bear market. And see on your weekly, kind of this area on their weekly, it's looking more like this green dot rather than this low green dot. So it's looking more like this, which gave us here for Bitcoin, which gave us, see this wick up here? And this was a green November. So you had 4 red months there. And then you had a green November and then a red December. And then I believe, January was where you kind of bottomed out. I think January was technically a green candle, see, because you had that upward there. So I think that's going to happen and give us probably a bottom in August, September here. And that's going to be a pretty low bottom. So this is a 64% jump. Now, do I think we're just going to jump up 64% from the bottom here? Probably not. The volatility is less over time. I don't think you're going to come up 64% all the way up to this spiral line right here at 28K. Although some people are saying it, I don't think it's that likely. I think more likely you're going to come up maybe in the 30s or something, 24K around there. I think it's going to be more like C over here. More like something like this, from this bottom to this top over here. 45% is much more realistic in this type of environment. 45 would bring us right up to 25K. I think 24K at least, and I think once you get to those points, a lot of people are going to FOMO into the longs for 28K, and then it just might not happen. And after that, what I think will happen after that is you will get a nice capitulation downward. So this is kind of what this green area here is. I want to show you first is Bitcoin bubble psychology, or stock market bubble psychology. Denial. See, you come up denial, that's like your jump, and then after, this is August, September, you get that that nice downward trajectory, and that would probably bring us down about 50% or something. And I think it's going to be something similar to this drop off. See, we're kind of this area like that 50%. Also, if you look at 2014, which it's looks more like here to here, this is 66%. Now, do I think it's going to drop down that much? For Bitcoin, probably not. But for Ethereum, that's a number I would think, probably between 60 and 70%. So say we come up to, I don't know, let's keep it nice in the middle, 25. And then you're probably going to drop down, I'd say at least 50%. That brings you down to 12K. 400 weekly moving average is there. And then all the bubble psychology charts would bring you down to this area right here, this pocket between 10 to like 12K, this area, which a lot of people have talked about. I think it's very likely, and I think once we get up to like 24, 25K here, a lot of people will think 17K was the bottom, then it's not, then you come back down. Now, what I want to look at too is your 10-day here. A lot of people would say this is the bottom because of this. It's about to confirm today. However, could be more like this one here, or could be more like this one here. The only reason we're getting that deep anchor wave is because price just dropped so quickly here. But I think it's going to be more like this. See, you came up, then you dumped all the way back down. Then once you get into the red, see, notice these two. These two were in the red. This just came into the red here, confirmed in the red. We're not in the red now. This money flow looks terrible. I think this money flow will overpower it, and then we'll drop down a bit more. So I'm not too trigger happy to say that this is the bottom just yet. It could be. I don't think it's very likely. I think we got a little bit more of a ways to go down. Now, things for the short term, your RSIs are curving up. Very bullish sign on the 3-day right there. However, let's look, look to 2018. RSI's curved up a little bit in a few of these areas right here, but then they just came down. Also, we could look all the way back to 2014 here. See, your RSIs were really down. This is the area we're looking at. Curved up a little bit, then right back down again. They are very low, almost the lowest they've ever been here, but I do think you got a little bit more blood to face in the coming month or something. So that's my main view for Bitcoin right there. Also for short term, what we can look at too is a 3-hour money flow crossover. This was one of the places that I was looking to go long over, and the trade has been doing pretty good so far. 10% jump from there, and right here, when it happened, let's be conservative. 10% jump would bring you right up to about 24K, which is my big price point. And the thing we would want to look at, as I've been talking about, for the place to go short is, see, these RSIs did curve down a little bit here, kind of like that. It wasn't like that one. I think it's going to be like this one, where you curve up a little bit more here. You see you got maybe a few more days or something, and then towards the end of the month, you start to dump down. after that. That's what I'm looking at. Also the 12-hour, same deal. This could get pretty high here. You know, we could get to, you know, this point in a few days, a few more days even, and then you start to come down. So it'd look something like, you know, something like this, and then you come down, something like this, and then you start to come down. That's what I'm thinking. It could get a little choppy, you know, it could get a little choppy in this pocket here, but I think ultimately we will reject from that pocket. Now, looking at Ethereum. So Ethereum, kind of the same deal as Bitcoin. This looks a lot like that bubble psychology denial thing. And in terms of that, to bottom out, you'd probably have to come down to at least, you know, 500, this general area. So the correction from the top for Ethereum, say Ethereum, you know, pumps up to like 1700 here. So if you measure it down, that's 66% correction, you know, up to 70% for something. So we come up and then we come right back down. August, September, our bottom around, you know, somewhere between 300 to 600, kind of in my view, that general area. You look at your 10-day, it's kind of like this one. See the last time with the 10-day, that green dot, it came down a bit more. So don't be fooled here. Don't be fooled. We could come up a bit more. I think we can. There's a strong case to make to come up to, you know, around 1700. Look at these RSIs, great curvature here. But after that happens, it could easily just curve right back down. See on this daily too, as these RSIs start to split, that was a high there, came down a bit. You didn't get your real high until here, but these RSIs, once they come up and they split, then when it curves apart, that's a strong area. Same deal here. Once they're starting to split. Once they curve down, that's a strong area to look to short. That's when probably a lot of your trajectory is over here. So that's what you got to look for. Also, you know, your 3-day money flow crossover, that is pretty strong. It seems like it can come up a bit more. This could definitely bring you up to 1700, what I'm looking at here. And looks like a nice continuation on your hourly. So that's the main trajectory I'm looking at. In terms of finding the bottom, I think you're going to have to come a little bit deeper into the weekly red to get to a bottom here. Right around August, September, I think will be the bottom. You got your 4 red months, and then I think July is going to be a green month, and August is your red month. Probably a bottom in September, then the bottom could be the green month. That is my main prediction for this market right now. I think there's going to be some great trades to be made right here. If you guys are interested, check out BitGET, link in the description below. You can get up to a bit over $4,000 just for signing up and depositing there. It's a great exchange. I've been doing a lot of great longs there. Also check out my exclusive Discord, link in the description below, with some of my exclusive TA, take profits, entry points, stop losses. Not right 100% of the time, but we had some really good trades in there. There's some great traders in there as well. A lot of great TA. It's a great community. Market Cipher, link in the description below. And that should be it. If you want to do a one-on-one session with me, link in the description below as well. All right, guys, have a good one. Goodbye.